From all the arts, dance is one that engages more the entirety of the being. The poet is not the poem. The musician is not the music. The actor is partially the role he or she plays. But the dancer is the dance. The final product of the art is the same body of the artist. The dancer's shoes lay alone while her arms are wrapped around her body in a deep, deep sleep that fell upon her like a heavy cloak. Yet still there is a rigidity that remains poised and ready for action, waiting for the master's hand to prick her from her resting spot. She becomes an open soul transcending illusions. Her moves transform space, for she is its personification. Not bound by time, she is free and beautiful. Her dance is lovely, her attitude musical. She vibrates with the equipoise of all powers, dancing alone without a lullaby for hours and hours, feeling the rhythm while keeping the beat, embracing time with captivating movements that repeat. Molded to a delicate foot to become one strengthened being, she retains this spirit. Awakened, she stretches and groans, announcing her presence with joy. This is what the dancer lives for. And so I ask, will you dance me a story of who you are? And in return, I will show you a place where the earth beneath my feet and over my head radiating stars. Syncopated sounds of a woman free is her answer, for she is none other than the dancer. Troubled, I sought nature's peace that brings a soothing calm, like someone with a tender touch who strokes my upturned palm. I come to the waterfall to which I promised to write this poem. I pass people who shifted their eyes, not willing to understand. But here is a dark green smell that is fresh and ancient. Here Here are flowers like jewels and late summer berries not even the birds have found. Here, a few fallen leaves are noticed after all. Here, moss fills in the layers of rock that are so carefully sculpted by the water that does not ever stop arriving, never stop arriving, and does not ever stop falling down the fall. I try to choose a place to sit, not knowing if anyone will sit there again. I see a perfectly crooked line of stones upon the water, waiting for someone to cross. Not to disappoint them, I hop from stone to stone, feeling a spark that makes gold melt across my shoulders and down my arms. A mist as fine and white as smoke billows through the space between me and the waterfall and softly touch my face. I wander on, my mind unfolding, and around the corner I see an open river, free and wild and grand. In the waters are minnows, twigs never remembered enough to be forgotten, and a handmade stack of stones standing alone. I turn and descend back down the fall, but strangely felt compelled to gaze again. As I watch the river flow, I wonder who she is, this placer of stones. If she came here too, waiting for adventure to find her. If she hoped someday somebody would discover her pile of rocks, simply to be thought of. If she wanted to lay down and close her eyes and let the water dissolve her. If she was just as lonely as me, just as lonely as me. I feel the layers of stone in my lungs, the moss on my skin, the flowers in my heart as my brain pour water out my tear duct, as they add another drop of pool of endless drops, and I watch as it too falls down the fall, dissolving my worries with each drop, washing them out to sea. My name is Amunut. By those closest to me, I am Matawaka. But you know me by Pocahontas, a warrior's daughter and wife to a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Blue as the ocean, campaigning of British colonial killings with Columbus on his lips. Had I not cradled him in my arms, the beloved perfidious one, he would have died. But I, the princess, challenged the patriarch of my family to save the whole British monarchy, while my people were depicted as primitive and dismissed as savages. Savage like the way he claimed my heart and land. You see, I played the hopeless lover of that blonde hair and blue eyes. I mapped out my trail of tears like blue, but not like peace blue, which never really came, but something else spread instead, like disease. But still he survived, my fair husband, and returned to them with gold wrung from a harvest I taught him to plant. The father of my son reaped wealth greater than anything you could have imagined from what I taught and from my wasting bones. I rescued him not once but thousands of times, and in In my arms did he sleep like a foolish child while he played under my protective gaze. All the while he chatted nonsense about a God for which he had no name. I spoke little and he listened less, because my love was never enough. Never enough because he took my land and cut the woods. Still not enough, he set my villages aflame, the color of red. Red like apples we would eat, red like the birds that would sing around me. The screams of my father could only be seen as one thing: black. Black as the gunpowder the white men loaded their guns with. Black as hate, my husband found me smiling. Smiling with white teeth and teeth white as the clouds that passed as I left my home for him. I left my people without a proper burial, and those who lived left with diseases. The ring placed on my finger was sharp, valuable rocks from the land I once lived upon. Rocks that my father gave to the white man as a king gesture. Sharp as the axe in my hand, as sharp as his scream. The colors of the wind that carried me back home, waiting for the wind to paint me a picture of the past. Thank you.